I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. I am so motivated and I'm so pumped up, guys. And yes, you read that clearly. 4,200 in a day, and we're gonna talk about that right now. I'm not even gonna waste any time in this video because guess what? Bad news travels really fast, especially when you're talking about the trucking industry. So I already know I'm gonna have a lot of skeptics. I'm gonna have a lot of people clicking out of this video thinking that it's just clickbait. But I'm going to actually jump right into the numbers, okay? And if I say actually more than one time, it's just like a therapeutical thing for me because I do have an accent. I'm originally from Jamaica. So when I'm trying to speak fluently, sometimes my accent kick in and just like, a reset button, I might say that trigger word just to kind of help me out. So you guys bear with me, all right? But nevertheless, I'm going to give y'all proof, okay? We're going to talk about bank statements, my invoices from factoring, and my actual rate cons that I was given for these loads. All right. So I want to go right into that right now. All right, y'all. So let's get into this. So what you're looking at is my rate con for these loads. Okay. And I'm going to break this down and show you exactly how I made 4,200 in one day. All right. So let's go. So number one, I did this on a Sunday. Right. And I want to bring that up because a lot of people seem to think that freight only runs Monday through Friday, all right? Not when we're talking about multi-stop, touch freight, food, and different things like that, okay? So you can run these loads on a weekend, and as you can see, the pickup time is around 5:30. I actually got this phone call pretty late in the day, so I showed up late, and I got there around 6:30. Now, if you look right here, the total trip mileage, including picking up the trailer and dropping it back, this is full round trip, is 72 miles, as you can see right there. And I have to blur out this information, guys, because I'm still currently running with this shipper and, I have to protect, my business and everything. So don't worry. I got you. In my last video that I did talking about how to make $2,000 in one day, I actually shared with you, I keep saying that word actually, I shared with you a way that you can do this yourself. And I gave you a shipper that you can try out. All right. So now you can see my rate was $2,000 for that run. And I'm going to show you how I was able to do this and make that type of money. Number one, everything blacked out here that you cannot see is the addresses of the places that I went and the phone numbers. And on the right is my pickup times and my number of drops that I had to do. So the first line and the last line is basically picking up and dropping. All right. Everything in between is the places that you're going to go to. So, for example, I had to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different places on this particular run. And all of them was in the same area. So, 72 miles total round trip. That's not going far at all. So I was able to knock this out in I started around 6:30. I think I got done around 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. And while I was on this load, I had a phone call or a text message rather saying, hey, we got one more. So guess what? I accepted the load because I knew I had enough time left in the day to run another load like this. So let's go to the other rate con right now. So this is the second rate con right here. And if I can draw your attention right here to the total trip mileage, we're talking about 106 miles right here. So I'm still under 200 miles for the day, right? And let's go to the amount of stops that I had because this one's going to blow your mind. I only had 1, 2, 3, 4 stops on this run. So this is exactly why I accepted it, because I knew I could get this all done in one day. I knew that I could, finish this run in another 5 hours or 6 hours just about. Okay. So I actually got off around 4 o'clock in the morning, 4-ish. So I still had enough time left on my clock, running this type of way. Now, bear in mind, this is something I've been doing for 2 years. Okay. And I know you guys got a lot of questions. All right. And I'm going to get all of those questions answered. I promise. All right. Now let's take a look at the rate, 2,200. The number difference there is simply because this was a hot load and they really needed it to get there. I don't know what happened. Maybe one of their drivers fell off of the load or something like that. I have no clue, but I knew for a fact both of these loads had to get done in a certain amount of time. And I had to put out a lot of energy to do it. I mean, I missed out on a lot of rest And don't cheat yourself, all right? If you feel like this load is worth you running it at a certain rate, go for that rate and see what happens, all right? So I felt like 2,200 was a fair number based on the circumstances. Everything happened in last minute, being multi-stop. So there you go. That's my 4,200 right there. Now we're going to jump into the invoice. I want to break that down and show you how that works. All right, guys. So this is my factoring invoice right here in front of you. I do all of my factoring through Thunder Funding. And as you can see right here, Thunder Carrier Services, LLC. So if you have Thunder Funding, you already know this is their invoice right here. And I'm going to show you how this was broken down. So now I submitted this on the 9th. And as you can see, I submitted 2 different invoices right here. One for 2,200, one for 2,000. These are both of the rate cons that you saw just now, okay? Totaling 4,200. And I'm going to show you how this is all broken down. Now, my wife does all of the back end work for us. So typically, I don't like to pay anything extra to get my money. But for some reason, I guess we may have needed it kind of fast. She went ahead and did the rush fee for $25. Okay. If it was me, I wouldn't have did that. I would have just waited my money. But I trust my wife. I don't know for what reason she did it. I got to ask her like, yo, why you paid them extra $25 to get the money for? However, they do have a rush fee where they can get it to you faster. So there you go. So now after the fees and their percentage and escrow is in a reserved account. And this is across the board. Everybody understands escrow. And if you don't understand escrow, please comment down below and I will make a video explaining escrow. After everything, they sent $4,060.50. Okay, that's after my escrow, after my little, transfer fee and everything. Now we're gonna go to the actual bank deposits where it hit my account. Boom, there you go, y'all. This is my actual bank deposit that posted, and it posted the next day. I don't know what time it was submitted, but if you don't submit, before a certain time with a lot of these factoring companies, you're going to get it the next day or whatever the case may be. So $4,060.50 posted in my bank account. I don't know if you can see the date. I might be in the way. Unfortunately, I can't move myself around right now. But yes, this is posted in my Navy Federal bank account. That explains the blue and the white. And if you got Navy Federal, you already know. So this is a screenshot right here, just to show you guys that this is absolutely legit. So there you have it, guys. You have all the receipts right there. And a lot of people are really not going to take it that far, right? But I want you to know that you can actually trust my platform and it's legit. And I want to build a relationship with you guys. So listen, I need you to comment, like, subscribe, share this video, okay? And I know some of y'all may want to keep it to yourselves like, hey, this is good information. I don't want this, to get too popular. But I need to have some sort of motivation to keep putting out information like this. So when you guys comment and you like and you let me know that this information is actually, I keep saying actually, you let me know that this information is working for you, then I really appreciate that. And it just gives me that edge that I need to keep making these videos. It takes a lot out of me to put this content together. I'm still actively driving. So yes, for me to stop, make these videos, it's a lot. So I would really appreciate if you give some feedback in one of those ways. And, that's how YouTube works. So definitely help me work. You know what I mean? Some of the questions you may be having is, how long have I been doing this? And I've said it before. I've been doing this for about 2 years. And you may be asking yourself, well, am I getting this every single day? Absolutely not. They rarely call me. In the 2 years that I've been running this type of stuff, the longest they've ever called me is like maybe 1 month in a row. Other than that, it's just, just whenever something just falls out the sky, right? And have I been able to do this type of number before, like $4,000 in a day? Yes, the most I've ever done is probably right at about 5,000, but I had 2 trucks at that time. So I hired somebody. They were running a load for around $3,000 and I was doing a load for about $2,000. So there you go. That's how I was able to make that. Of course, I didn't pocket all of that because of expenses, me paying that truck out and, the whole business jargon. So that's the most I've been able to do. by myself. It's probably the first time. I got to check my books and see, what type of wins we've had like that. But yeah, I don't get it very often. And if you were able to do this, one time out of the month, would that be significant to you? Because it is darn sure significant to me. It helps me to run my business because trucking is expensive. So, when you see people putting these type of numbers out, don't just jump to a conclusion like, this guy's rich and you got it made, because we really don't. We really have to have those days to survive. You know what I mean? For example, let's just say I didn't work for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? That would have been my paycheck for like 2 weeks, right? So look at it like that. Honestly, with me, I'm more excited about, just having flexibility and control over my time than, anything else. I just like to have that little edge. You might also want to know, how can you do this yourself? And I made a video and I'm going to leave it down below in the description, and I'm going to see if I can tag it anywhere else along, the screen. But you can go watch that video and see how I provide that information to you, just in case this is the first time you've clicked and this is the first time you're meeting me. Now, to you aspiring business owners out there, I want to leave you guys with some advice on how the trucking industry works. All right. You can never get too comfortable. OK, the reason why I move the way I do is because I know that the reality of trucking is a very, very tough, fine line reality. You have a lot of high expenses and sometimes you have low profit. OK, and when you're experiencing something like that, you can get put out of business. All right. So, we do what we have to do. And when I say we, I'm talking about me and my wife. We got to do what we got to do to make this thing work. So if I got to get out there, bust my butt, do 9 runs and miss out on some sleep to make that type of money, I'm going to have to do that, whether I like it or not, if I want to pay my bills, and if I want to continue my journey in trucking. So I'm not the only one that does this. All right. Don't, look at me like, man, this guy's a unicorn. This is impossible. How in the world? I've actually, been one of the least out here that does that stuff. There's some people out here that be killing it. Trust me. So don't think that, it's just not reachable. I met some guys out here who know about this. All right. And that's how I found out about it, was someone that I knew just put me on to it. So, that's exactly what I'm doing for you guys. And if you've noticed the way I put out this information, I put a little filter over it. I don't just put everything out there. That's because, you got to go do a little homework too. I've already led you, really, really close to it. I've told you what type of commodity this was. I said, hey, this is your food. This is multi-stop. Ding, ding, ding. So for that, you got to start trying to put 2 and 2 together to figure out, okay, well, how can I get this? You know what I mean? I still want to respect the game. I still want to show some type of loyalty to the game. You know what I mean? People will come out here and they'll put out information just for views, just to get you guys to click links and different things like that. And they'll just give up, everything. You know what I mean? Hey, this is the address, phone number and everything. But I still want to, respect those guys who are out here working hard. And this is really all they have. I don't want to be that bad guy that's like, yo, man, you made this video and now you got 1,000 more people showing up trying to, I don't want to be that. But I do want to help. But I want to do it where, it's pretty much fair and across the line. So if you guys are watching this video, I got your back. No selling out here, nothing for views, all real 100%. So listen, you all, I definitely want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. I know you hear that a lot, but look, this channel, for the growth and for the future of this channel, I really, really need you guys to do that. Right. So, a lot of times, I want to make videos, but I'm like, man, not a lot of people are really seeing this, and it's just, you want to have that encouragement that, you can grow and you can get seen. And I have other platforms, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, and those are pretty much flooded with thousands of people. But YouTube, for me, it gives me a chance to really, feel like I'm doing you guys justice, giving you information without leaving, out those fine details that you can't capture in a 15-second clip, right? So I really get to sit down and just dive into the information here. So I like it better, you know what I mean? So I really want to stretch that and make sure you guys know that I really, really do need your support. I'm going to also have some links down below. As you guys know, if you know, we are launching a new app called EasyGo Manager, and this is going to be a free tool in part. So if you are an owner operator, if you're a dispatcher, you're a broker, shipper, you know, anything of that nature, any type of services, whatever you guys are doing out there, this tool is meant for connectivity. So I'm going to be dropping that down below also. And, you know, knowing your numbers, guys, knowing your numbers for owner operator is extremely important. All right. No, we reached the end of the video. Yes, this is the ending, guys. Make sure, like woman said, comment, like, subscribe. Maga see you up on the next one.